didn't get to. I usually set up a couple of GoPro's. I watch these times over.
Oh yeah.
It's the only way I can force myself to retain.
Yeah. What got you into flying?
What's that?
What got you into flying?
I've been interested in aviation my whole life. I wanted to go in the military as an aircraft mechanic, and well, they pissed me off, so I didn't go there. And it's just, I was building model planes before I was building model cars, so,
Okay.
and just always, my uncle was a pilot and instructor in the Navy, got as high as he could go.
Mm-hmm.
His son went on to go to the Air Force, get one of the second F-22s. Like, kind of been in my blood, but without being in my blood.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Did a sightseeing flight in Sedona, Arizona, maybe 25 years ago. And then ended up going up with a friend of mine who was a pilot and instructor a couple times about 20 years ago, and then just life and business got in the way.
Yeah.
And then I just finally decided I'm just gonna make it happen.
Just make the jump. Yep. Well, that's cool.
Not like you typical young guys that got your eyes on commercial airliners and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, just like you, I was around it since I was a child, so I've always just, it's been all I've known in a way. And my grandfather, he flew in Vietnam, and my dad was a career airline guy. And
whatever you do, I think that's all legal.
Is he being a bitch?
Staying right over top your. You see him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been here for a little while.
Being stubborn?
Yeah, he is. Not wanting to leave.
I mean, as long as he keeps that elevation around, right?
Yeah, you'll be fine. Right? Yeah.
wait, what's my name?
Nick.
Yeah, you got it.
I got
He kept getting me and the new ground guy confused, and so I was giving him shit.
that. You knew the new gas attendant?
Yeah, he would call me Matt. I'm like, no, my name is not Matt.
When did you start? I haven't seen you yet, so.
I started not too long ago. I started last Monday, the 21st.
When did you say?
The 21st, last Monday.
Okay.
So,
You're taking Joe's place.
yeah.
Joe was my first instructor. Then I kind of decided I was going to try and swing with Rick mostly because, well, I don't think he's leaving anytime soon.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he ever leaves the airport. He loves
No.
it here.
No, I agree. We have that trait about us.
Yeah.
Old bastards that do nothing but work.
They have to force him to take Wednesdays off, and even then he'll still schedule a flight on it.
He loves what he does. Yeah. And you know, I mean, and I get it. I'm the same way in my institute. It's pretty lucky doing something that you don't know, doesn't always feel like work. How long you been flying, Nick?
Well, I started my private pilot training when I was 16.
Yep. can get a little hotter, but not a whole lot. It's, I mean, the heat's not bad. It's the humidity. Now there's, well, we're on my heat. I was in Arizona for almost 15 years. And, fellas. Yeah, I mean, yes and no. It was, I consider it a lot like here. Here, the weather's awesome 8 months of the year. You know, and then there's, 4 months, 3-4 months that are really crappy, a couple months that are kind of like, same thing out there, just at an opposite effect. So here you get snow and ice and all that bullshit, and out there you just get some brutal heat. Alright, you know what I did though?
What's that?
I put the fuel in.
So? Yeah.
I'm busy chatting.
So which one's forward?
They're about equal. They're both just below the pad a little bit. So, I mean, the tabs are what, 17 and a half.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how, these are just the tanks here. So, if I had to guess, I'd probably say 14 gallons a piece, something like that.
Yeah. Which would be fine for us. We just have to.
Right.
Can you remember what the oil's at?
Was significantly over 6.
Alright.
It gets hard when it's hot like this because it's it's not as thick. You can't read, or if you first guy in the morning, it's thick on the stick.
Yeah.
If it's too hot,
After it's been flying a little bit, it's
it's virtually clear and thin and.
Yep.
All right. Whew.
The worst was at the flight schools at college. The airplanes would be flying all day, right?
Yep.
You'd still have to check the oil, so you'd go try to check it. It's just burning hot.
Yeah.
It just turned off. But
Yeah, that one was fairly warm. Okay. Start from the beginning here. Pre-flight, good. Seat belts adjusted, secured. Parking brake. As high as it should go. Set. Radios, transponders off. Circuit breakers here. In. Fuel selector full is set. Like I said, they're pretty much even, so we'll just stay right on the right. Mixture rich. Somebody didn't shut this thing down, or you're testing me. Carb heats off. Master switch on. Okay. Let's see. Beacon's still on from the last guy. Nav lights on. Fuel pump on, and probably doesn't need a whole lot of prime. Clear! Alright, what'd you do wrong, Mark? You don't have the key in the ignition, you dumbass. Alright.
need magnetos.
Yeah, need magnetos, okay. Yep. Need another prime probably a little bit, maybe just a spot.
Okay, alright.
Alright, you got me?
Yeah, okay, there we go, kicked it. Okay. Great Barrington traffic, 20 Romeo, radio check.
20 Romeo, you're loud and clear, altimeter's 3019, and no other traffic has reported this time.
3019, thank you. And we're on ground, let's get by.
There you go.
And okay. Let's see. Off.
Have you done all your training in this airplane?
Yep, except for get the water up one time because this one was in its 100-hour and all the other 140s were busy.
Alright.
So.
I was just wondering with the handbrake, because up until coming here, I've always used toe brakes, and so that was a weird adjustment for me. So
you want to know it's okay? So I've been practicing in the flight sim for a while now, XPlane 11 stuff like that. So I've got the SATEC set up with the toe brakes, and I got really comfortable with that. Getting in the plane and learning on this is kind of just perfectly natural now.
Yep.
We took the Warrior up with the toe brakes, and I was like, I had to resort to the handbrake a couple times because the real world scenario was just different than what I was used to. So
yeah.
Hopefully I can eventually get comfortable with both, but depends on what I end up buying.
Just takes time.
Yep. All right, so we can out to the run-up area. Or...
All right.
Okay, looks like wind is favoring 29. To get out there, I want to throw on my sunglasses. Get them out of my bag. Rick's a big fan of using any throttle when you know you're going to use the brakes. So.
Yep.
He's the guy that pays the bills, so we respect that.
Are you comfortable with radio work?
For the most part, I definitely need some reminders here and there. Not so much with the communication, but with like when we go to Columbia County, stuff like that.
Okay.
Coming back, I don't know how far west I am or like that. But
okay.
Comfortable talking on the radio, I just don't always know what to say.
All right. I'll help you out.
I appreciate that. Okay. So.
Well, now we want to make sure the runway's clear, right?
Yep.
No one's on the approach end either end, either side. Then we're going to make a call saying...
You want to back taxi the runway or the grass?
Personally, I like the grass, just that way it leaves the runway clear in case someone does land.
All right.
All right.
Calling the shots today, so. Great Barrington traffic, 20 Romeo, crossing runway 29, taxi on the grass for 29.
Do you normally go on the runway?
We do both. It just depends on what's going on for traffic and do whatever Rick tells me to do.
Yeah.
Use a little less fuel going this way because it's downhill. So how old are you, Nick?
I turned 24 in May.
Ah, just a baby, all right.
Yeah. I already feel old. Before this, because I need to make money somehow, right? So I was working at one of the FedEx Express hubs at the airport.
Yep.
And it was, manual labor. I would wake up every day just another weird ache in my body where I'm like, what is happening? I feel like a 40-year-old man.
Oh, yeah, you wait till you see what a 40-year-old man feels like, man. You're going to wish you were a 24-year-old that just did a day's labor.
I do that, and then makes me extra thankful. I'm like, yeah, I'd much rather sit and stare out a window for a job instead. Alright.
Okay. Parking brake is set. We're going to go to 2,000. So we're not creeping. Okay, mag check left. Drop. Right. Drop. Repeat. Drop. And oil pressure, temperature's good. Vacuum gauge is belongs, and back to 1,000.
Good.
All right. Fuel selector, proper tank. We didn't run dry coming down, so it's open and good. Fuel pump on. Gauges are in. Magnetos is both. Primer is locked. Strobes on. Lights on. Repeats off. Mixture is rich. Ammeters thing. Flaps to 2. Trim tab. Hey, somebody close enough to government work. Okay, heading indicator. We are 170. All right, and altimeter we did with the radio check. And alt.
There we go.
And controls. Free and clear. Okay, doors, windows, closed, latch. We'll get that last. Belts fastened. Okay, take off brief. Basically, going to roll on the runway, make sure we have at least 2150. My gauge is in the green. And have airspeed alive, and then we rotate just over 60.
Yep.
And basically, in below, we lose engine on anything below 1,000 feet. We just sort of look for a field ahead of us is the plan, and anything over 1,000 feet, we can turn back, right?
Yep. And we have some farm fields up that way that can land straight ahead.
Well, it'll be rather dependent upon you at that point in time. Just so you know, I may not be willing for that test yet.
Don't you worry, if that happens, I'll take it over.
Good. Okay, so let's see. Looking, I don't see anything. Okay.
Let's start in the pattern, and so yeah, we'll take off 29, remain in the pattern, and try some landings here.
Okay.
The wind looks like it's decent enough, far enough down the runway that we'll be.
Okay. Great Barrington traffic, 20 Romeo, departing runway 29, staying in the pattern. Hot day, we'll take every inch we can get.
Yep.
Oh, gonna go wide. All right. Okay, RPMs, we got green. Airspeed's alive. Over 60, coming up. Whoa, little right, oh no, oh, right rudder mark. Level the wings. Pitch for 80. Do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. Down. And now Joe likes to fly out at around 90 to 100. Rick likes me to stay at 80. Where are you at? We're getting...
I like to, personally, especially with all this down here, I like, you know, altitude's safe for us, right? So,
get up as quick as you can?
Yep, so I usually just climb out at 80.
Okay.
Now, if we were to depart the pattern and then go to a cruise climb, then yeah, I would lower my nose to 100. But
There's that bird.
yeah.
Okay, so... see. Great Barrington traffic, 20 Romeo, turning crosswind, 29.
And what's our pattern altitude?
Is 1750.
Yep.
1749. So we're in a climbing turn. Reached our pattern altitude. We're going to level off. Great Barrington traffic, 20 Romeo, turning downwind, 29. Up there a little bit. Need to pull a little power back, trim down just a hair. Down a little more. I'm fighting her.
So what are we gonna do once we once we're abeam the numbers on the two?
Once we're beaming the numbers, I'm basically going to put my carb heat on. I'm going to pull my power back below 2,000, and I'm going to start working on my first notch of flaps.
Okay. What airspeed?
I'm going to check my fuel pump, and I'm going, which should be off right now. I'm going to check my fuel pump, my fuel tank, and my mixture rich.
Okay. And pitch for what speed?
We're going to pitch for 95 to 100 to start.
Okay.
And progressively lower. We're a little high too though, so I'm going to go a little bit here. Oh, okay, Mark. Carb heat on, fuel pump on, mixtures rich. A little nervous with the new guy, man.
Don't worry about it.
Alright, so we're about 90. Trim up just a... Oh, no. Go to another, that's a flash. Let's that... Look at me, I'm all wiggly. You have me flustered. So we're 80 good, and up just a little bit more. The runway is almost 45, so Great Barrington traffic, 20 Romeo, turning base, 29. Let the nose down, could use a little altitude though.
Yep.
And pulling that last notch of flaps, a little extra sort of lift.
Airspeed's perfect. We'll leave this the rest of the way in, so
Okay.
80 knots. Or 80.
Just need a little more elevation, right?
Yep. So we fix that with power, right?
Right, and we're just going to intersect that plane as we go. Great Barrington traffic, 20 Romeo, turning final, 29. Nose drop. There's about 100 feet or so between here and the trees up there. Alright, got my eyeballs on that second line. Keep her in there.
Great Barrington Unicom, Cherokee 558 radio check.
Oh, I forgot circuit, that comes all.
558, you're loud and clear. Altimeter's 3019. Local traffic using 29.
Ooh.
Full idle. Go
Yep.
all the way up.
Oh man.
Thank you.
Oh. There we go.
Okay.
I'll make sure you get back on that center line.
Flaps down.
Nope. Power idle. Idle. Brakes. Well, I had the brakes.
Oh, we got a taxi.
Yep.
All right. We were doing touch and goes at the other airport. All right, so.
So handbrake.
Alrighty.
There we go.
I'll go to the second one. Just kidding. Going a tad fast. Forgot we don't do touch and goes here.
Nope.
Great Barrington traffic, 20 Romeo, clear the runway. Taxi on the grass back to 29.
Great Barrington traffic, Cherokee 558, back taxi 29. Great Barrington.
That was good. I like the
Little
correction. Yeah. With the heat, we're gonna have to deal with that. But I like the correct. We're a little high, power all the way out. Of course, we drop like a rock in this plane.
Yeah.
So that was a good correction and a nice flare. This morning I was dealing with a guy who just refused to flare for a little while, so that's a nice change.
Well, I'll try not to disappoint you too much, though.
No, that was good. Only thing, I noticed you're adding your flaps in just a little early.
Okay.
So
I have a tendency to do that because there's been a couple times I've forgotten the third notch of flaps, so I try and focus on getting it done. But and Rick says he doesn't care where they go as long as you get there. So he said you can do one downwind, one base, one final. You can do, or any combination as long as you're aware of your altitude and your,
right. That's true.
But you know what? Having another instructor here is awesome, and I want your perspective on everything because that's how you learn, man.
Yep. So let's slow it up a little bit. We're going a little fast.
And we're gonna let him go in front of us.
Well, they have to do a run up, so we'll go a little farther out this way. Go straight.
I gotta watch my wing.
And then we'll stop with the nose wheel just on the pavement, right there.
Okay.
Alright, so, real quick, in the pattern, normally what I do, and this is just me, and how I was taught, if you're more comfortable adding in your flaps earlier, that's fine too.
Okay.
But the way I was taught, when I'm gonna beam the numbers, I would bring the power out to about 1700 RPM here.
Okay.
And then I would pitch for 95. And then first notch of flaps.
Okay, prior to your first notch.
Right. And then you do that once you're turning base, then you add your second notch of flaps, you leave your power the same, and then you pitch for about 85. Turning final, pitch for 80, third notch flaps, and then with the trees and whether...
Romeo, we're going to do our run up. If you, I don't want to blast you. If you move up a little, you won't be in our blast.
Alright, 20 Romeo is going to, we'll move up a little bit. Alright, that's about good. Alright. And then, of course, final. We want to get over those trees. Usually come in a little high just to make sure we have plenty of clearance, and then we'll bring the power out. Just like last time, kind of drop in and then flare, touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, coming in fast on this airport is a little intimidating because it's short strip,
field,
but,
and you have obstacles, and yep.
But I figure if I can learn here, everything else should be
You can
easy.
land anywhere, right, right. So,
All right. So you're not ready to run back to the hangar and quit now?
No, I've flown with worse already. Don't worry.
All right. Well, I'm open to criticism. I mean, you can yell at me if you want to. I've told Joe, I've told Rick. I'm like, just my personality. You can, as long as you don't make it personal.
Right.
I mean, you can. You're here to correct me.
Right.
And if I'm not listening and you got to yell,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay.
I'm all right with that. Okay, fuel selector. Proper tank. We're a little more on the right. Okay, fuel pumps on. Gauges are good. Oil pressure's a little low, but we're down. Get up to 1,000 just to just to confirm, or at least, okay. Okay, Magneto's both primer is locked. Probes are on. Carb heat's off. Mixture is rich. Radar's good. Flaps are 2. Trim tab has got to come all the way back. Okay, heading indicator is about where we want it still. Altimeter still good. We are still on altitude. Controls are being clear. I don't think anybody messed with the cabling between this time. Okay, doors, windows locked, seatbelt fastened. Takeoff brief is we're looking for 2150. We're looking for green. We want airspeed alive. We rotate a little over 60. Under 1,000 feet, we head for a field. Over 1,000 feet, we try and turn back.
Yep. Alright. Check final, no one's there.
Yep.
And we're good to take off.
Okay. Great Barrington traffic, 20 Romeo, departing 29, staying in the pattern.
Got the oven door shut and locked.
Yeah. Turn a little earlier here. Okay, we've got tachometer. We're in the green comfortably. We're waiting on 60, getting a little squirrely. And up, and a little rudder. A little bit better. Okay. That's, keep that 80. I get squirrely when I'm not looking like that. Okay, make sure nobody's coming in on crosswind. Oh, you know what I haven't been doing? Turning to 310 so that I could not upset the neighbors. I forgot that. Alright.
Go ahead, turn.
Great Barrington traffic, 20 Romeo, turning crosswind, 29.
Great Barrington traffic, Cherokee 558, departing 29, straight out to the west. Great Barrington.
Alright, we're not going to overshoot the elevation this time. Great Barrington traffic, 20 Romeo, turning downwind, 29. Level turn. Beats just keep lifting me.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're on the downwind. Great time to check our fuel's on the proper tank. Our fuel pump is on. And our mixture is rich.
5 miles to the west. We're going to maneuver in there for right downwind for 31.
Going up. Stop. Mark. Okay, so coming up on the beams, so
bring it to 1700. We're about there, first notch flaps.
okay.
Pitch for about 90, 95.
Okay, and Great Barrington traffic, 20 Romeo, turning base, 29.
Pitching for about 85 on this one.
Okay. Nose down so I don't lose airspeed.
Yep.
A little more power though, because I think I'm going low. Oh, I have it trimmed up, damn it. Alright.